Welcome, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, to this match in our Spring Tournament 2021, the Chaos Comedy Tour. We're in the round of 16, and this is being hosted by Randomania. I am Hate the 13th, joined in the booth by John, with Devious RNG pushing the buttons to keep us honest, and Dark Moon restreaming it so we can actually see what's going down. Tonight, we have our second match between Zen0bian and ganonsgonewild. Ganon's Gone Wild is our 21 seed and is coming off a fresh win from last night, whilst Zen0bian is our 37 seed and looking for revenge. The winner of this match goes on to face Pickles and Beer in the round of 8. To bring up the team composition and the various blurses, I'll be shutting my pie hole and tossing it on over to John.
Hey, good to be here. Thank you for having me. Thanks for joining, in the booth tonight. It has been a wild tournament, to say the least, and I'll save some observations for later. We are off and running. We're checking White Magic. See, Invis 2, Nuke, Temper, and Flip 2 in the Black Magic. That is amazing because literally everybody in the party can cast it. I don't know if you want to spend all $400 on it, but y'all can come back and get Nuke on your Black Belt and your Thief. And both mages. How's that first party?
Yeah, that's this whole seed's looking radioactive in the best possible way.
Yeah, and what's nice is it gives you lots of options for whatever you want to do with it. Clearly based off of, I believe, what we saw for the blur things, we have a pretty solid party and not terrible on the first. However, with both of these runners being pretty seasoned, and obviously we're in the round of 16, they're both very good and nearly mimicking each other's stats with almost identical first battles. Is this the party count that you would actually start to get anybody, or would you be keeping this for a longer ride?
Honestly, I would probably keep the Thief up for a little bit, just so I'd have somebody who can potentially run away, though with the negative luck the Thief's got, and the negative luck the Black Belt's got, I might actually end up downing the Thief, because your job is to run. If you can't run, you're useless Thief.
Very good. Well, as we see on the screen, Bye is actually with goodbye.
I'd say I'm shocked by that, but I'd be lying.
Oh, it looks like he actually meant to down 2 people. So it looks like we're going for a two-person grind on Ganon's side. Yeah, that poor Black Mage started with 5 hit points.
And yeah, that thing was, Garland just had to think a thought at it, and it just fell over.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they got the King and a Ruby from the Key and a Ruby, not the King. The King gave a key. Yeah, and it looks like Zen0bian has decided to down the Thief as well, and yeah, I understand that one there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm looking here, and if we didn't call it out earlier, so the blur thing came out to be the Thief has ninja spells and can equip the black shirt if you find it early. Has -5 luck and -15 ability. So that Thief is 2 things that it's supposed to be very good at. Having high luck and having higher agility. It sucks. So yeah, its redeeming qualities is it can cast its ninja spells early. It doesn't really do much. Black belt? Level 1 black spells, plus fighter armor, -5 luck and -10 agility. Those blur things matter bunk to a good black belt. So that black belt is super strong. Having level 1 black and getting Nuke there is just ridiculous. So your black belt can grind its way and doesn't need a bunch of party support to get there.
Yeah, that Black Belt getting those couple of nuke charges, that's going to make things a bit easier for it to get going. And Zen0bian taking the key and checking the closet of the Royals and finding the canal, which, yay. Whereas ganonsgonewild has decided to walk back on up to Topher, or well, to Toph, and check those other spike tiles, see if he's got anything good there.
Oh, and I'm looking here. He didn't bail out when the red went down. I wonder if Devin is going after a one party member grind for the early game.
I would doubt it, because that black belt, whilst it does have a couple of nuke charges, it's still going to go down pretty easily against anything that, hits it first.
Yeah, that's true.
And houses are looking pretty cheap right now. 600 gold for a house. I wish it were like that in reality for places.
Oh my gosh, you disagree with my friend. Looking over the Zen0bian side, so unfortunately, Zen0bian's on his way to provoke, which is actually Elfland. Not a bad place for it to be. Ganon, when he went up to to POF, he didn't save. I don't think he saved because I'm not sure if he's coming back here for a second time, but I gotta collect everything again and has a little time behind Zen0bian right now.
Yeah, I think he probably won't be heading back there because the spike tile that's hidden behind those chests is just the, Wiz Ogre, Groger, and then the two hyenas. So that's, not a very great spike tile.
Level 4 black I caught. I saw Brack. I think I saw Ice 3 and Quad X. A really nice level 4 black magic. I think I saw level 4 white magic base, but I don't know if it was actually red main learnable. I didn't catch a lot quick enough.
Yeah, I think it wasn't. I can never remember the spell permissions, honestly. I just, I will fully admit, I know the spell permissions by who raises their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cure 4 and Life 2. Ooh, wee. Level 3 white's looking pretty stacked.
Give me a quick second. I'm gonna flip over to a different video stream. The reason is giving me a little bit of hiccup, so for me for a second.
It looks
Anytime you want to actually watch something on Twitch, that's when it decides to throw a 30-second ad at you.
Oh, of course it does. Of course it does. Come on now. Looks like Zen0bian has decided to brave the river system and is heading on down to Crescent Lake because at this level, Ice Cave, no.
Yeah.
Whereas Ganon is walking back towards Corneria for some reason. I'm wondering if he's gonna go roll the Elfland or roll the Dwarf Armory and swing on down towards Marsh and Elfland.
Yeah, first I thought maybe he was going to take a sneaky test to Matoya. You never know what you're going to find in those free tests. I mean, you can get lucky, you could find a rolled up monster up there or a really nice, bracelet, or you can get like house things. But if he's going back for the Dwarf Armory, I mean, it does give you a lot of early item specs, but again, you do have to contend with whatever, monster box that, might come out.
Yeah, which, I can, I'm one of the few people, I think, who doesn't actively hate Monster in a Box, because I like to indulge my inner loot goblin, and I look at it as a looting grind.
That's true. So, Crescent Lake is on rack, something to keep in mind. Okay, so far, wait, okay, now maybe he was just doing the quick test to see if the top two tests were anything good.
Well, found some EXPs at least.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious if he finds that off the power cycle, because if that's the case, that's a great way to get yourself to, find the power cycle.
Yeah, get yourself up to at least like level 15 on these things, and looks like Ganon is going and checking to see what Astos has hiding. Astos has a pet frost dragon hiding. That's not bad. Be better if it were more than one.
Yeah. The Thorhammer is nice because it can give you a couple passes, but those are some frosty. Two nukes did not take it out. And the nukes are, I don't know if they're rolling low specifically or if that just has some really high. No, MDF wouldn't. MDF is actually. Oh, this is
Oh, paper slimes. Oh, you'll love to see it.
yeah.
A big fat ball of XP and a big fat load of cash too.
Oh boy, yeah. Go out there, get yourself a house. Okay, you got 3. Pull a couple levels, get a couple more charges. Wow, house up. Yeah. 6 of them will give you 4,600 experience. That's really expensive.
Zen0bian, and it looks like Zen0bian being a bit of a mad lad and heading towards Ice Cave. That's a mildly frightening thing.
Yeah, no exit, no war. But here's the thing. Zen0bian has his back to all this. That's a lot of debris. You know, you gotta make the example. He's doing all the right things. He's burning off some counters. He's just staying right out there. If he makes the mad dash, he could pull it off. But
run in hope and then get surprised by some wizards.
Yeah, wizards are no fun.
But
okay,
yeah.
So I'm looking over on Brandon's side. So the flying fight looks like it's varying between 6 and 3. And when you said paper thin, you meant it. We had a 108 nuke take one out, so there's going to be a point in time where, you're getting the high crit rating to do any sort of, physical damage to this. But right now, you obviously go as many nuke charges as you can, and then you come back.
Yeah, this is really working out well for ganonsgonewild. I mean, we're at the 11-minute mark in, and he's level 15, going on 16, maybe 17 now. You gotta love when your level is higher than the timer.
Yeah. What is a little bit rough is, this turn order. We have to make a choice to see if we can. Okay.
He's been stepping out and saving quite often, so he probably didn't lose more than 2 or 3 fights.
Yeah, that's a rough thing. When they're getting the jump, they're doing a pretty decent amount of physical damage. Yeah.
Yeah, if they're too I can't word right now. Too ambushy, too jumpy, then yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Yep, just like this. You get a 6-card attack and it jumps you. Yeah, there you go. I mean, so we're back at level 10 now. So he's gotta make a choice. Obviously, what level of comfort does he have? With his levels until he finds himself some better armor.
Better armor / any armor. I think they're both walking around naked right now.
Oh, looking from the other side, we have Death sorcerers. Yeah, those aren't fun.
Yeah, that's no fun for him. Looks like I'm gonna have to ask him about his naming scheme just because I am curious about that. But yeah, it looks like his black belt got taken down pretty painfully.
He poked him and he was done. That was a straight from the top death touch. So he looks like he's gonna soldier through, see what he can do. All right.
And then getting back up to level 15, stepping out and saving, not a bad idea, methinks.
Okay. Zen0bian finds the rod and finds another pack of sorcerers. Ooh, they have some there as well.
Thankfully enough, the sorcerers got taken down before they took him out.
So the sorcerers, we're going to see them again in ordeals. We're going to see them again in Sky. So this is an enemy that we are going to not like this entire time.
Yeah, they've got that evil eye. That's ne'er a fun thing to see.
Okay.
At least never a fun thing to see for the runners. For us,
You just enjoy that. That was a good laugh.
I am.
Zen0bian gets out,
Yeah,
and
I
he's in
am.
the clear.
Yeah, I am not a good human. I make no allusions to it. I fully will admit that I revel in certain amounts of pain for, the runners. Just enough to keep things entertaining.
So one thing I want to note for anybody who is newer, either you have not watched the randomizer, or you are a newer player, is watch the Zen0bian and the fact that he is, he is taking at specific junctures and then taking the opportunity to, try to burn off an encounter before he goes any further. So what he's doing is making sure that he doesn't get jumped, trying to make his way out. It's those little things that add up and give you that extra time, or to continue that extra time and the frustration. Because there are a lot of people who love to do hero runs where, you'll stand at the start of a river stream and you're like, all right, I can go and I'm just going to fight my way through anything. But as you get to be a more intermediate and advanced runner, staging often, especially with tents, it never hurts. You just kind of get into your memory. Something that I've been trying to work into my runnings. It's something to watch for.
Yeah, encounter manipulation, it's, I'm good for it for a few encounters after a hard reset, but after more than like 4 or 5, it just slips out of my brain. Mm-hmm. Whereas some of the runners I've seen were like, they'll run through the encounter table once and they'll just know where it is, forwards and then backwards.
Mm-hmm. So looking over and actually commenting on the real run, Ganon is up to level 20. Zen0bian has found Gaia in Elfland.
So, Gaia, the place with the worst clinic.
Yes. The clinic that just takes the longest to get there. So what this does, obviously, you have 2 endgame finals in the inner sea, which means that we gotta find whatever it is, and we've already been down, obviously, into we've already been down and found the rod in Ice Gate. So Ice Gate is actually required. You didn't have to do it now, but you get out of the way. Zen0bian obviously feels good that he got through it and doesn't have to ever see it again.
Can't blame him on that one. So let's see, it looks like we have the dwarf turn-ins, we have marsh, and we have, excuse me. Wow, my brain just kind of melted on me there. We have the dwarf turn-in, we have marsh, we have the crystal, we have the herb.
Mm-hmm.
So marsh is at this point looking like it's going to be the progression. Whether it leads directly to the ship, that's going to be a thing or not. I mean, honestly, it could even lead to the floater if the runners are stupidly lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, though, marsh is progression.
So it's not just Ganon is going to actually jump into Marsh. His levels are going to be in a much better shape than Zen0bian. But not, I mean, Zen0bian is, a slouch by being going in here now, but you obviously have level 20 plus. So very little in here is going to actually scare you. From an actual like an enemy standpoint, I mean, you're going to have some skills that might give you some fits, but as right now, it's going to be annoying. Working on some multiple parties. I mean, it's obviously if you didn't have Stewards, you're going to be walking around with a lot of poison damage, and that's going to be very draining on your resources.
Yeah, hopefully they actually remember to buy Pures, because, yeah.
Okay, we have a handful.
That's good for them.
Yep. We're not a lot, though. In the fingers,
ooh.
And here we go.
Ship and a ribbon in the attic. That's a good find. Though the ship wasn't a linked chest, but that ribbon, that's a good find.
That makes you feel real good. And especially on Ganon's side, he's going to have, both runners, if they take their black belts to 42, with that walking ribbon. Finding one, make sure your red mage stays afloat.
Yep, and that red mage up, you keep your life, you get a life caster, or you keep your life caster up. That's simple as that.
The Zen0bian's in definitely feel good mode. Getting that tip early, he can build out and just take off. Everything we ever can know. So we have our way out of the inner city. First thing you do, looks like we're going to see a Melman sighting very soon.
Yep, and I'm wondering. Oh, and Zen0bian's about to find that lovely metal slime tile too. Wonder how much time he'll invest in this one, because he will have more casts of Nuke available, because he didn't, send his Black Mage to become a floor inspector.
First thing though, he finds super chunky, frosties, which takes upwards of 3 nukes to take out, which is not something you want to invest your time in. Hopefully he decides to not stick on that. And here we go. He sees it and it feels good.
And that was some major overkill on those slimes, knowing, given our overall knowledge.
What's really good for him now, he has 3 nuke casters. They're paper thin. So he has essentially 1.5x, 50% more cast of nuke, roughly, just from a personnel standpoint. So he also jumps with a little bit of buffer, so he can probably survive the onslaught enough to the point where somebody can get off the stock.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, and he's going to be getting XP a little bit slower because, he's feeding it to 3 people as opposed to 2, but honestly, it's still worth it.
Looks like he just found it and said, oh, I'm going to take a couple of free levels, and then he finishes off.
I'm wondering if he's low on, or low/doesn't have any houses to, refill his charges, or maybe he's just going, bugger this for a larf. Given that he's avoiding going into Gaia, I think he's going, nah, bugger this for a larf.
I don't think I've heard that one in a good hot minute. It's good to be back in the booth with you. It's been a while since I've heard some of this, so it's a nice way to cap off a Saturday night. Oh boy. Alright, well let's see where Melman leads us.
Melman leads to Crescent Lake. That's a decent find, and hey, slab in the store for 25k. Not too shabby.
And you can get it. So our runners have crisscross. Ganon obviously spent a lot of time into the Tea Party grind. Got his marked item. Now is over at Crescent Lake, which is absolutely what is that? That's on rack. I'm thinking.
Ooh, and finding fast at level 6 black. So Zen0bian has a bonus in that he kept his Black Mage alive to learn fast. The Circle of Sages just decided that they wanted to, beat Astos up and take his crown, apparently. So now he's a bitter old king. Yeah, that's the story. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
What's nice is with the proximity of the find, we can drop right back here. Let's see what Astos actually gives us.
Astos has kept a fairy bottled up because he's just become very grumpy, apparently.
Oh, and we're gonna have punch. We have a little punch go out from the Black Mage. He give over to the paper metal.
Black Mage gets into a slap fight.
All right. Well, let's look back here.
And hey, at least they know where Gaia is at.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking here, and Gaia was Elfland.
Yep, and I have a feeling Zen0bian's probably heading to turn that bottle in right now. Probably having some bad flashbacks to last night.
You don't want to forget. You don't want to forget that item, especially when you're in close proximity.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm. Ganon, on the other hand, he's over in ice. He's gonna make that play. He's gonna find that required rod, but realize that he didn't need to do it right yet. Having the ship and the canal makes you want to get out of the inner sea. It makes you want to save this tech for later. One reason that he's doing it is just because he's thinking, what if it's the floater?
Yeah, and honestly, for me, being faced with the ice cave makes me want to get out of the inner sea.
Mm-hmm.
Too many bad memories.
Mm-hmm. There's a really big faction of people with the hashtag never ice unless required. And then there are also the big never marsh crew as well. These guys that really don't do much for you. They carry a lot of scary things early on.
Yeah, marsh sucks, but it doesn't suck as bad as ice.
Nope.
And
we
it looks like
crystal.
Yeah, the fairy had kept a big shiny rock at the bottom of our lake, apparently.
Mm-hmm. So, from here, there's two things, and I think Zen0bian is going to do the second one. What I was thinking is maybe you make the play for a deal. You have a really good crew. Maybe you could have stopped off, though, a guy actually, fully healed up. But it looks like he's going to take that crystal back to the inner sea and see what Patoya gets of it.
Yeah,
he's done.
I can understand wanting to get the crystal turned in immediately, but I mean, the proximity play for me would have been to go down to Ordeals, because you just knock that thing out and, hopefully power on through that. Maybe make a save about where you were with the, with respect to the Elfland dock. And if you run into something nasty in Ordeals, or you find garbage in Ordeals, you just reset back and there you are.
Mm-hmm.
Though that does have its own level of risk.
Yep, the step in the game is the Ordeals play really easy, especially when you're coming from that Elfland area, because just a couple of steps to the right of the that Marsh Peninsula, you do a straight shot down, and you literally run into the Ordeals Peninsula. So it's really easy, burn off a couple of counters, you pretty much will get a free pass all the way down there. You run through, you see if it's good or not. If it isn't, you nope, and or you say if it's too much, then you come back. One thing waiting for us to reveal are those Death Touch sorcerers. And Death Touch goes through crow rings and through ribbons, so not fun.
Yeah, Death Touch, aka Bad Touch.
Mm-hmm.
And crazy old lady had some explosives to hand out.
Okay, so Zen0bian is not making any checks on those tests. He's like, this is my item, get me out of here. This is nice, though. He gets the TNT, and now this gives him an excuse to go down to the Dwarven Armory. Maybe find an item or two down there. Now you can route them together.
Honestly, well, Zen0bian might check the Dwarven Armory because he's got, two people he's keeping up. I would not expect Ganon to check the Dwarven Armory at this point. He's got a ribbon for his red mage, and that's pretty much all he'd want for it.
Yep. There's only a couple of pieces of gear that you're gonna, want to have on your, red mage, especially since you're not gonna be promoting at any time unless you have to find, an early tail, and you're like, well, I made it to 42, I'm good to go. Zen0bian's not even a check.
Can't blame him though. I mean, he's got his ribbon on his life caster. That's the important one.
Yeah. Eventually you're gonna have to keep your party covered. Walking ribbon and actual ribbon. Okay. Let's keep back on Ganon. The nice thing about the levels that he went in there, he's got some obviously some advantages on the monsters in terms of I'm seeing plenty of misses, seeing some reasonable damage coming through.
Yeah, those wizards hit like a truck if they crit. Oh my! Like they smacked red for 108 something on, or like 108 or 110 something on crit. That was oof.
That's a kill. Alright. He knows the rod's in there. It's not required yet. So he can back out, and he can come back here with some levels, and he can come back when he gets the character for that.
Yep, Zen0bian heading on over to the old man, and let's see if anything pops up here. And yeah, I can agree with you on that one, Crab Cakes. If this is a floaterless one, then that's going to cost Ganon, because he's going to have to boat back into there and then go back through that mess.
The old man had a real big, funky, hard piece of metal. So this is going to be a second drop into the dwarf armory. Doesn't feel great because I guess you could have routed them both together, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
At least it's nearby.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so shadows are just annoying right now. Their throats blow out. So you definitely don't want to be trying to run from them because they're just going to sit there and slow you down the entire time.
Yeah, Shadow's annoying right now? No. Shadows are always annoying.
Mm-hmm. Email, where are we going with... Okay, looks like Ganon is going to make his second to turn in that crown? No, he's going back to the grind.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the crown yet, that's correct.
He got killed by a thing. He wants to power up some more.
There we go.
Ganon smash!
So I saw 8 paths on red, and do we have 2 or 4 on the black belt? Okay, so before you do the actual house, you have a principal class of nukes.
Oh, and it looks like the adamant is turned into the lute, or the marimba in this case, because of the lovely multi-instrumentalist Sarah flag.
Mm-hmm. So the Zen0bian doesn't have as many of the levels, but definitely has a ton more exploration experience over Ganon. But at the same time, he also is not that far behind on levels. So right now, I'm going to give the Zen0bian probably a good 3 to 4 minute edge. It's going to take probably some nastiness in ordeals to even this up. The way that I'm looking again, I don't think that levels are his solve.
Yep, and looks like Zen0bian is pushing that exploration advantage, and now making the ordeals play.
Mm-hmm.
And Hawk Laser, just to answer your question, how's the seed gone so far? Well, Nuke's at level 1, and everyone in the party can cast Nuke. That's...
So if you get it turned off, nothing scares you unless you get dunked.
Yeah. The metal slimes that ganonsgonewild is fighting right now are made out of paper. Yeah, they have less than 108 hit points.
So the one thing that's going to slow the Zen0bian down coming into this ordeal plays obviously is a lack of warp. The thing is, as it says, when you have right now what is 3 new casters and a party that's averaging 16, 17. This isn't a bad spot to be in with ordeals. I'm actually comfortable coming into ordeals with this kind of party at like 10 or 11. So the Zen0bian's got. I think we've got this one, pretty much set up.
And Zen0bian finds the worst spike tile in the game with that Phantom, which in the vanilla game is the last spike tile you run into. That's the one that's found in Ordeal, or in the Temple of Fiends Revisited. And in the Ultimate Troll, it gives you garbage XP and money.
I think the Zen0bian is he forgetting his order? No, he's done. Nope.
No, he's hit 1, he's hit 2, he just hit 3, and he's found some Death Touch sorcerers, which he's just like, nope, I'm just going to nuke these things.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Agma.
Oh, that's something.
I don't know if he'll bother danning the rest of his folks. Looks like probably not right now, at least.
No. No, they're pretty chunky. You had a 230 nuke and then a 120 on that punch. So you got around 360 on those Agmas. That's not
And
fun.
there goes the Death Touch sorcerers, and they have Toxic as well.
Oh god.
Sorcerers are just bad news.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm sorry, Zen0bian.
He thought about nuking them, and then he was like, nope.
Well, we know what party. He does know his way through, so that's nice. You gotta skip. Alright, so we're number 3. Oh, you see them?
I mean, it could be worse thing to have Death Touch on. It could be Gurabadusas.
Those are just evil.
Yeah, I've only heard legends of that story.
Alright, let's see where ganonsgonewild is at. Alright, see, we just had a 4,500 HP pop and nobody levels. So we're probably in our mid-20s.
Yeah, I know he is at least level 24 at this point, maybe higher all around. I'm wondering if he's going to grind them both up to 32, or if he's going to, get the black belt up to 32 and then sacrifice the red mage.
Okay, so we're both off point. That red base is extremely powerful for what you need. I think he's feeling much better. Yeah. Alright, so we're fighting against Zen0bian side. House, mine.
Mine's a French vanilla tail, yeah. Which, that could be good if he decides to promote. Alright, I'm sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face saying that.
I don't think either of our party members, either of our runners are going to promote unless they find a really solid single grind, and then you can dynamite everybody. You can get the black belt to 42 quickly, and then you can come back. Yeah, that's next to useless at the current rate.
Oh, ganonsgonewild finding pro rings and gold bracelets for sale in Crescent Lake. Zen0bian, I believe, noped out of checking that.
Mm-hmm. That's really good knowledge. And the fact that Gan sat there and he ground those metal points for a significant amount of time, he has a huge wallet full of cash. So he knows what they are. Interesting. Gan has the ruby and he's not doing anything with it.
I'm wondering if he's just wanting to hold off on that until, after he finds the floater potentially, which that's a perfectly sane decision to do. It's not necessary yet.
Okay, so yeah, Zen0bian does have his flab and now has it turned in. However, we don't know where Lefane is. We do know that Melman is where Fonrek is.
Yeah, so Lefane is either at Gaia or Vanilla Place.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see here.
ganonsgonewild finding an ogre who has decided that he is tired of that life, but decides to run from him anyways.
Round, obviously, we have our bottle on Ganon's side, and
so he's about to go get the crystal and be disappointed that he did it when he is on the outer sea, not on the inner sea. But honestly, I can't blame him. I mean, I would generally do this from the inner sea as well, or outer sea, from the not inner sea. Mentally, I put the exclamation mark before inner sea, but yeah, kind of hard to get the programming languages out verbally. And Zen0bian make the rush through Waterfall, and gonna see what the robot has to give to us. I'm willing to bet it's probably going to be, let's say, herb that leads to chime.
Alright. Yeah, we still have quite a few to go. Alright, we're fine. Well, that's not a terrible pack to run into. However, they're an angry pack of water.
Oh my god, those things hit like trucks full of smaller, heavier trucks.
Oh. Well.
Chime. I was one step off.
Yep.
Yeah, wait. It only hit for 79 on the Red Wizard. I wonder if they had something else going on with them that took out that black black belt.
No, it was just a hard hit. No,
okay.
Do we have life pack on that red mage? I thought he had something.
I am not 100% sure Zen0bian does.
I thought I saw him pick up one spot of life, maybe life 1 from Melvin. Yeah, life was level 5. So
yeah,
maybe he has it, or maybe he doesn't have the charges.
I think it was 3rd slot level 5 though, which I don't believe he can pick up yet.
Yeah, not fun.
Oh, and the Mudgalls have glance too. Man, this seat's a bit on the rude side.
It is. So, he's getting a maid carry right now.
No, and for the seed rolling so rude. Thank you, Dangwoo. Thank you for the entertainment tonight.
So Ganon running into a couple of those sorcerers. Luckily, 3 out of the 4 of them, all their glares bounced off, and one of them didn't get a chance to do anything with it. But makes his way through, and he's on the top floor.
At least he got away from them.
Mm-hmm. He now finds the Agma tile, which is one thought.
Yeah, let's see, level 28 as well. Oh, he's getting ready to feed his red wizard to the Agama.
Yep, looks like it. There we go. Oh wow, that black belt. And once if Zen0bian specifically equipped anything on that black belt because it was taking so much damage, yeah, it did pick up that steel +2, which I'm curious to know if.
I don't know. I mean, if the steel +2, that's a pretty chunky piece of armor. So if he did pick that up, that would, and he actually did slap that on the black belt.
Yep.
That's actually something that'd be pretty good to run with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it tanks your evasion, but that puts it like core. I want to say like 40, 42, maybe 46 of 8 or 46 absorbed. It's a big fat thing there.
Well, right. Oh, look at that. The Agma played nice and did everything that we wanted it to do.
That is the shock.
All right, so we're getting about 3,800 a pop. You get big turn orders. It's gonna take a little bit of time. I wonder if it takes this.
I'm willing to bet Ganon's gonna take this one up to 42 here. Because I mean, it's an Agama that your black belt is just wiping out in a single hit. It's gonna be quick. It's gonna be bloody.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's gonna take longer and longer to every level after this.
Is it wrong that I'm hoping that we have? Oh, wait, nope, never mind. I just remembered that the Oxiel was already found. There was part of me that was hoping Oxiel was hiding in Mirage and Cube is hiding in C, but yeah, no. I don't get to see my horrible, horrible dreams come true.
And this feels like too slow of a grind. I mean, at this rate, maybe he just takes 32 and gets out. Oh no, he is taking this.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with what Darkmoon said in chat. Get out of here, go to the desert, and grind there.
Because Zen0bian is just going to start lengthening. He has so much more exploration on you right now. He is one item away from go mode, and if he's got reasonable levels, which is not, it's not like he's 10% on levels and high on exploration. He's got a pretty balanced group of people right now, and I think he can make his way to just about anything.
Yeah, he's been taking that walking grind, and yeah, I mean, he's, he's not at like 32, but he's still not too shabby with that black belt. I mean,
he's in the early 20s.
Yeah, so I mean, he could use a little bit more love, but honestly, it's still not bad. Billy Frost Ruse, you're not supposed to be underwater.
Especially underwater where the background looks like you're out in the field. But
it's just a pile of moss that's on top of the lake.
Okay. Ganons is at 35. Based on this rate, we're probably going to be seeing another 5 or 7 minutes of probably 5.
Oh. Okay. Loader in C. And Zen0bian finds that, and he's like, all right, I'm done looking at boxes. I'm out.
Very nice. That's no good sign. Crackly Slowboat, Darkmoon Sky Canoe. I think I vote we need a renaming for the floater. We get to rename the instrumental item. We get to rename the ruby. Let's get to rename the floater. And I vote Crackcase and Darkmoon get those two automatically in.
I would put forth car keys. That being said, I have also put forth the Ruby replacement Floatar with an A at the end because I'm that kind of a jerk. All right, and at 46 minutes, we have our first fiend pulled by Zen0bian, walking up to Kraken. Kraken throwing out some ink because, oh, what the heck's going on? And then turning into a statue. Round one Brack. There he goes. 46 minutes, 20-something seconds, and there goes the first orb.
Wow. That feels good for Zen0bian. You see that floater out of left side, out of Kraken side.
Yep, find it in Sharknado floor, and then just walking right out and getting the skyboat.
Oh yeah. That feels really good to get in the air. Really good. And finding out it's not completely floaterless.
Hey, Provoca, finally! Oh, hey, heal 3 at level 2. That's a good thing to see. And
that is a fantastic find because that, my friend, is a great way to save yourself menuing and actual time when you're trying to heal up in Topher.
When you're trying to heal up anywhere. And so much quicker than just hammering the A button.
We're going to have some very death pirates very soon.
These pirates got to have some great morale, though, to not be running scared.
Okay, so at like 47 minutes and 35 seconds, we're going to be killing our pirates, when usually we're killing them at about the 4-minute mark in most of our regular speeds. Sometimes even sooner.
Vicky's got the cube, which means that the Feign is useless.
So we literally, now, I forgot. So, okay, so Herb's gonna be in Sky, which means...
So we're gonna see the power, we're gonna see the power bonk or the white shirt or the herb in Sky.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, chicken wings. Delicious.
And yeah, Mastigos, whilst you are saying that Town Shuffle is going to be miserable in the semis and finals without the bridge, I have to agree with Saracen, because it's going to be a thing of beauty for us, at least for those of us who aren't going to have to run them.
Okay. At the ankles of the first.
Man, steak and wings all over the desert. Just take some steak and wings, dude.
Mm-hmm. I think he's looking for that, like, I think he's hoping for that perfect blue steak. Oh, man, take these.
Yeah, but, not all steaks can be served cold blue. Some things are a little bit, too tough for that.
Yeah. After thing is not ideal because, until your black belt is at a much better level, you're looking at least, you're talking about probably 2 or 3 turns to take down these Tyros. Take down the steak and wing pack if you were doing solo.
At least it pops up really quickly after the power cycle, though. It's like 4 steps, it looked like.
All right.
I mean, yes, whilst it's not the perfect grind, it's good enough. And, don't skip over a good enough grind looking for perfection.
Yeah. And honestly, whenever you find that, that perfect grind being the blue steak, that is the rarity. That is the exception to the norm. It is such a low chance to find it. I have been blessed a handful of times so far in my runs to find blue steaks right off the power cycle. When you find them, you don't think like this is the best one you can get in the game. However, never found it. So what the game to do. Oh, that's some good friendly banter in chat. Always love it.
And yeah, he's about time to, sacrifice his ablated meat shields for now. Yeah, just feed it all to the microwaving knit or black belt.
I don't think even more awesome than they already are. Now they have brass. Oh,
lovely.
We look like that inside. He's about to get this item from the robot. He's black over that storm.
And Zen0bian finding sandwiches to go with the steak. That's a good one. I mean, that's what Ganon ground on last night was blue steak and sandwiches in the desert. And well, that's kind of what ended up winning him the game overall.
And that Tyro actually landed the Brax, so we have ourselves a stone black mage.
It's nice and easy to get out of.
Mm-hmm. He's stone at his top health, so whenever you want him, you just throw a soft and you're back in the game. Don't even need to waste a life charge.
That's pretty good. I love seeing that come up.
All right, so the Tyro is going to give us, let's try to double check what actually we got. So for a 2-party, it's 3,400. So you're about 7,000, 7K for, just under 7K for a single party. Steak and Wings is going to give us,
it's going to be 8.5K per single. Oh, actually 9,200 for a single, it looks like.
Ooh.
Because they spat out 4,600 something there.
Mm-hmm. That's delicious.
That is a wonderful grind to see there, especially with such a quick one after the reboot.
Mm-hmm. So now we just want the Tyro to play nice and kill the red mage.
Yeah, he's hoping for that Brack to land on the red mage because that would make things even easier. It means he wouldn't have to go anywhere else. And that's why it's not landing, because he forgot to take the ribbon off.
Yeah,
that would totally do it. Why have I not got a red mage-shaped statue yet? What's going on, Dino?
And the first Brack after the unequipped and it missed. Come on, Tyro. You gotta do better than this. You're fired, Tyro. I mean, seriously. Meanwhile, Ganon has his time out of the robot, and he's on his way back to the inner sea. It's a long path.
Yep. Doesn't look like Ganon remembered to turn in the bottle this time. Or wait, no, he did, because it was bottle to crystal. Never mind.
All right, we have success. The Brack has landed. So 9370 feels good.
That's a good, lovely thing to see there.
That's about, okay, I'm trying to remember, how much was that single album of Ganon? Was that about 30, was that 33, 3400?
Yeah, it was like 36, I think.
So Zen0bian's getting double that off a single pyro. He's getting about 2.5 times that, off of steak and wings. So Zen0bian's grind to 42 is going to be much quicker.
And much safer because he's saving constantly.
Mm-hmm. You're not sitting in the middle of ordeal doing the grind, which I'm unsure if many of our runners saw, but my horse in this race is out after having a very rough time in ordeals a couple nights ago. Our good Valley Sweetmaker had a delicious and easy fire grind in ordeals in his second matchup with Greg Huff. Bugs was powered. Once he gets jumped by Gerstarks and Wizzahags with Dunkirk, Gerstarks, and then Frost Wizzahags, and they were happy Frost casters.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the grind in the middle of a dungeon.
Yeah, I was commenting on that one. That one hurt to see. Like even my cold, black, bitter little heart was hurt by that.
Well, that's the trade-off. You find a delicious grind in the middle of a dungeon, and then you're like, okay, do I take this and risk whatever happens on the way out? Because almost never are you going to have the flags that allow you to save on a game over. Sometimes you get to play those in a fun little seed here and there, but that's almost never going to show up in a tournament. So if you don't have exit, that's the risk. Or warp, which you get to see the very rare warp all the way back from the throne room to the beginning of the ordeal. So that was a thing.
Yeah, that was a very interesting thing, and Zen0bian has hit level 32. It looks like he's just going to take this on up to 42, which I do not blame him for.
No, this is extremely efficient. You take this all the way. All right, Ganon's picking up his loot, so he's getting closer. He knows where his rod is. Looks like we're going to have to go. Has he turned on the crystal? I'm not sure if he has or not.
He does not have the TNT, so he has not turned in the crystal yet.
And don't forget that. That's bad news there.
Yeah, because if I recall, the TNT is what turned into... I think that was the Oxyale it turned into. Yeah. Because I think you got in Eric's old swimming gear.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So he's looking at what he has. Okay, he just remembered he has the crystal to turn in. Good boy. Again.
Man, Mier is just raking in the XP now. Level 36 already.
Yep. So he got to a great point right when pretty much the time that both his other party members went to stone, his black belt essentially became fully independent, and now absolutely nothing that either of those two monsters are throwing at him does he have anything. I mean, you have Sleep and Brack and a pretty decent fight out of that Pyro, and there's that Wyvern crap. So, I mean, this is it. We're going to see maybe 2 more minutes of this, and I highly expect him to probably soft up his character, save up, and literally walk right into Sky proximity play.
Yep. I'm not even sure if he would soft him up until he's actually, in Sky and moving on through it.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, once he's 42...
Yeah, once he's 42, things in Sky generally won't run, but really just walk in, maul everything. If you get to a point where you need to, you throw a soft on some of them, and you go, all right, we're up, let's roll.
Yeah, the one thing that might give Zen0bian a little bit of trouble is if he gets dumped with a really high attack, like a multi-hit attack bonus of, say, I don't know, Batman, or he gets, Platinum, maybe with some bad cast, or some annoying, just I'm trying to think here. There's always the risk. You walk in there, you're 42. Obviously, the levels are great, but you can always be jumped. And with the blurses on the black belt, you did get some negatives to your ability, so you are at a slightly higher risk of being jumped.
That's a true point, though. That's a true point. And with the negative luck on the black belt, they're not going to be running that well. So yeah.
Here we go.
Yep, soften up first. All right, well, don't forget to change the gear around again.
If you want to take that ribbon, actually put it on somebody because you literally have it on the walkie ribbon.
Zen0bian, fix your equipment.
All right, so Ganon has come back.
He's just burning off some encounters before he goes in and dives C.
Yep. Okay, so let's see what side that Ganon decides to go down.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't go Kraken side first, honestly. Just, it's the mathematically correct way to go for it generally. And Cheesenator, the floater is in Sharknado floor, lower left.
Okay, so Ganon doing the really quick test of the right side top floor, right side first floor.
Yeah, yeah, you take the 15, 20 steps to go check that thing on your way down. That's never a bad idea. The last race I was calling, the cube was hiding out in there.
Mm-hmm.
And Zen0bian going, look at all these chests that I do not care about. Please fix your equipment now.
Maybe he'll remember the fact that, oh, look at that. You forgot to put your... That's what happened when you forgot to change your equipment. Ugh.
Yeah, those whiz vamps, those look a little bit painful. Bad fighter. Don't approach a solo black belt. All right, Bridge of Destiny time. Let's see if the robot chicken comes to visit.
Well, this is why you want multiple party members. This is where sources will also show up.
And ganonsgonewild is just about to pull out that floater. Next room he goes to, it's probably going to be the second chest he checks. And whilst the Bridge of Destiny lives up to the name of Bridge of Density, it's just so many encounters, doesn't look like we get a visit from the robot chicken.
Yeah, these are some punchy airs in there. They're hard. Oh, phew.
Yeah, that's got some. There's some real air pollution problems there if they're hitting that hard.
All right,
oh boy, that Tia 5 hits for 266 immediately. Ooh wee. But does it stand up to the black belt who just tears a hole through Tiamat?
And there's a very delicious pile of ANC. We have a 43 death machine now. So,
alright, Zen0bian, go revive your people and fix your gear, dude.
Nope, I think he's just gonna go. Okay, now he's gonna go do some stuff.
Yeah, this is one of the easier clinics to get to. I don't blame him for stopping here. Now fix your gear, dude.
We're calling it. Just trying to send him brainwaves. Come on, Zen0bian, fix your gear. Fix your gear. Okay, you're buying little pots. That's good.
Now fix your gear, man. Come on. I'm trying to send thoughts 10 minutes into the past. It doesn't work that well for me. Fix your gear, man. Please fix your gear. You're scaring me.
Now he's gonna run into something. It's gonna kill his party members again, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, look, I forgot to change my gear. Oh, I'll fix it later," and he'll forget it again.
Or he'll just man mode the rest of the way. He's like, what the heck's going on? Why do they keep dying? Oh, well, bugger it. I'll just crush everything else.
Meanwhile, Kraken 1 doing Kraken 1 things to Red, and ganonsgonewild has lit his first orb at 103.46.
103.40 something or other, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Warren brought up his thief. I wonder if he just wants it for running.
I wonder if he did it by accident, honestly.
Yeah, that level 1 thief is literally useless right now. It's gonna die from a stiff breeze.
I mean, it's got more hit points than that level 1 Black Mage does. That's a low bar, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Alright. We're gonna find his little... Ooh.
Alright, Zen0bian, notice how much damage that your red mage took from that fire. Give him the ribbon back.
I don't think he cares. Alright, at 104.49, we are at carry 1.
And down goes carry.
Alas, Marilla, we knew you only shortly. And 105 on the mark. Third orb has been lit.
And he is on his way to Earth Cave to punch out a carpet.
Yep, that's that carpet you take out to the side of your deck, you throw it over the rails, and you beat it with some sort of long, blunt object. Dust out everything from over the winter.
Or you just set it on fire, because it's just beyond hope.
Yep. For Rick 1, he is the speed bump that we only know for a very brief second.
Yeah, if even that long.
Oh wow. Interesting. I wonder if Dan is he actually leveling that? Is he leveling the thief by accident? Huh.
Curiouser and curiouser. I wonder if he's just got it in there to help him try and help him run, or what?
Well, if Blue Dragons do that kind of thing to his thief, it's not going to last very long. Well, okay, he consciously is keeping that one alive, so but the Catman don't want him to stay up, though.
Oh, well, maybe he is actually trying to get the thief some levels at this point. That's a weird one. I don't think that we've seen anything for the thief to swing, and I mean, maybe he's... I don't know.
It's got to be the run. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, I mean, it would be that, or I don't know any other reason. And honestly, I think that the Black Mage might be a bit better for the run, given that the thief has minus agility and minus luck.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Woman is on his way to light his second orb. The Zen0bian, however, is on his way to light his fourth. Plus the fact that Gainer still has to jump down into ice. He gets a draw before he gets to Earth.
Yeah, this is...
We're about 2.5 done. We're 2.5 orbs behind right now.
Yeah, I think that we're looking probably at seeing Game 3 tomorrow from these folks, unless something goes horribly, horribly wrong.
No, and the way that Zen0bian has prepped his party, if he fixes this here, he will be in a better spot. However, he does have that 42 black belt, which does 42 black belt cures a lot of things.
Yeah, and actually, Crab Cakes did bring up a good point that maybe he's leaving the ribbon on there purposefully because the red mage doesn't have life. So why bother, putting the ribbon on there? Just make sure you're doubly sure. Well, Dark Moon brought it up as well, but yeah, Crab Cakes. I saw you mention it, so that's where my brain came out. And HPW, we have not seen any nuclears yet. Though we didn't run into Warmack, so we don't know if Warmack got him or not.
Alright, Zen0bian has entered Topher at about 108, I'd say, what was that? 15, somewhere between the 15 and the 20-second mark.
Yeah, 108, first half of the minute, somewhere around there, and just plodding on through, not really worrying about anything right now.
Okay. At 108.52, Ganon has lit his second orb.
Stupid punchy Badman, holy moly.
Oh, no!
Wow, they jumped him and they just beat him down, and if I recall, that black belt is wearing steel armor +2 right now. That is some painful Badman.
Yes. So there's, this is a pretty awful thing, but they are some really bad men. I mean, those are semi-pro men even. Oh, I mean, you didn't take off your style flipper, man. That hurt.
Yeah, well, especially when he got jumped by 8 of them, and running into those whiz vamps. Hopefully he gets away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, zap, zap, down it goes. It's time to see if he's gonna just straight up man mode this.
Oh boy, yeah, he's man moding it.
Yeah, don't think he picked up defense sword anywhere, nor does he have the white shirt. So this is gonna be a hope and a pray run, I think.
Yeah.
Either that or it's gonna be an exploratory run.
See what you get out of your scene. Meanwhile, on Ganon's side, he is
coming up to carry one. Not quite. Yeah, not quite there yet.
Okay, so his black belt is 42, his red base is 30. Some really good levels for a 2-man. The good thing is that red mage does have temper. So if the red mage is able to get something off every fight to that all stays afloat. I mean, that's a murder machine there. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, yeah. If I recall, Zen0bian actually has fast on his black mage, which, would be handy to have, but is not strictly necessary.
All right, so let's do the one punch out move. So we have one Reaping fight down.
Yep.
Based on the damage though he's taking, he's going to be I think he's going to be running out of heal pot.
Yeah, this is a.
Well, he's still in the high 70s.
No, he's got 60 something of them left. That's actually not too shabby.
All right, we are at Ice Blade Part 2 for Gwen. Oh,
Carrie acting like a jerk. Well, probably taking her vengeance for what happened to her first.
Okay, Zen0bian, over here, you're literally getting a free ass again to catch up to you. You have to be thinking that he's on your neck. He's breathing down your neck. Put the rhythm on your red base, so you can at least get some buff. So, all again, met with those Galarian sorcerers and didn't last very long.
Yeah. Mess around and find out. Zen0bian running into Jotunheim pack and then just like, all right, I'm not going to deal with you guys. I'm just going to throw a microwave at you.
Okay. We're off the bad note floor. Okay, so we made it through without finding anyone. It's nasty pack. So what's nice is now he runs into the Grimadusa pack, but actually has something to sneak him down rather than flying through fighting and potential misses.
Yeah, a whole lot quicker to just toss a nuke at him than try and punch them all down.
that's feel bad. You land on the lower corner of Melman. You walk one step instead of into the town, but into the grass below, and you meet up with a pack, and it screws up 15 seconds.
Yeah, I hate that sight. Wow, Zen0bian showing Lich a little bit of respect, actually using spells on it. And not for meme spells like Harm or Harm 2, but actual using Nuke. I mean, though it is only level 1, but still.
Alright.
And Zen0bian seems to be in a much better place this time, because he didn't get, zapped.
Okay, so he's using Duel 3. He sees the damage that his sisters are taking. I wonder if he's just actually fighting them now? Does he just not care? We're gonna drive ourselves bonkers trying to think why he's not updating his thing. But hey, we don't know the runner's heads. We don't know what's in it.
Yeah, we'll ask him in a bit. All right, pulling up to carry 2 again. Let's see what happens. Nuke, fast, punch. 8 hits for 556. Nuke, microwaved for 380. And, of course, fast comes out last. Carry retaliates. 5 hits for 284 on that red mage. Nuke. 140. Nuke. 200. Down goes carry.
Okay.
Onto the Kraken floor. Time to see how bad the Gatekeeper is this time. And Zen0bian decided to microwave some fish. That's got to leave an unpleasant smell, because, well, who likes the smell of microwave fish? But, hey, it's apparently good XP. Whereas Ganon is running into some apparently less cowardly undead over on the Earth Cave, about ready to walk up to Carpet and just maul it. And Zen0bian likes nuking fish. Oh, and of course, because Rando gonna Rando, you're gonna use a nuke, you're gonna kill most of it, and then you're gonna run. I blinked and Lich is dead. Holy moly. But with that, ganonsgonewild has lit his 4th orb and is on his way to Topher. And everything on the water floor is apparently conspiring to keep Zen0bian from actually getting in to fight Kraken. Alright, and up comes Kraken in 1 step. There we go, and here's Kraken. We've got... Let's see, it looked like a temper and a punch. We got, oh boy, Kraken coming out, 8 hits for 639 on that black belt, but black belt retaliates. I did not see how much damage. Fast and temper come out after the attack, of course. Cure 4 coming out for the black belt. Hopefully General Order gets it. All right, Cure 4 hits. Black belt fine. Nuke on Lich for 230, 8 hits, 617 to that black belt, but black belt retaliates, 15 hits for 1,673 points of damage. Kraken 2 is, well, now just a pile of mush. And yeah,
that's empty on the menu tonight.
All right, and we are now at Tia. Oh, Tia has Zap. Oh, God. All right, well, Punch comes out and then Fast, of course. And we've got Temper coming out and Lit 3 from Tia. Tia is very casty right now, but Tia also has been hit 9 times for 572 damage. Punch and a Nuke. Nuke for 127. Low roll on the Nuke, and down goes the Mage. But down goes Tia with 11 hits for some large number of damage. All right, and Zen0bian pulling up to Chaos. Let's see what he does.
All right, will that One Punch Man, or I should say One Punch strat work?
Well, at least he's got a couple of tempers to cast on himself. Chaos is so scared, he's squirting ink, doing nothing. 2 hits for 223, punching. 3 hits, 801. Bane, nothing. Free turn. Punch. 6 hits, 1594, and down goes Chaos. Get your GGs out in chat for Zen0bian.
Fantastic.
With an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 23 seconds.
Feels good to even up.